So let's pick up our discussion again of Yahweh and the Elohim of the nations and how God called Abraham out of the nations to be a people for himself. Remember in Genesis 12:1, God says a series of I wills to Abraham. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you. I will curse those who curse you, and so forth and so on. When God says I will, he does it.
God says he is going to make Abraham a great nation. He says that through Abraham all the nations of the earth will be blessed. The Old Testament is about that nation. But you must remember, God grows things and he is not in a hurry. And he works through his people to accomplish his purpose.
So what is it exactly that Abraham did? I know God is not in a hurry, but this guy didn't do much. He left the land, he came back, he had a baby, and he died. Same thing with Isaac. He didn't do anything. He left the land, marries Rebekah, comes back to the land, has two babies, Jacob and Esau, and he dies. And Jacob, the son of promise, isn't much better. He leaves the land, he marries a barren woman, gets a couple of extra wives in the mix, and has 12 babies. And then what happens? He dies. It's not like they did anything.
Abraham, Isaac and Jacob had faith in God and are not known for what they did, but for who they were. The patriarchs of the people that God had called out of the nations to himself.
And those 12 babies were the birth of the 12 tribes of Israel.
Babies from old and barren women. I guess you're right. God is not in a hurry.
And the 12 babies would grow into men raising families in a foreign land.
Remember, God told Abraham he would make him a great nation. And what is the first thing you need to be a nation? People.
Okay, so here we are. Abraham has Isaac, Jacob and Esau. Jacob is the child of promise. Jacob has 12 sons who are the 12 tribes of Israel. And these 12 brothers were having babies, and they were populating, but they were sojourners in a land that wasn't theirs. And the problem is they're having too many babies. They're populating where there's no room for them to populate. Not only that, but they're really starting to hack off the neighbors. There's the story of Dinah and Simeon and Levi, how Dinah gets raped by one of the local lords, and Simeon and Levi get revenge, kill all the males in that tribe. Then Jacob says to Simeon and Levi, "You have brought trouble on me by making me odious among the inhabitants of the land, and my men, being few in number, they will gather together against me and attack me, and I shall be destroyed, I and my household." And then there's the sordid story of Judah and Tamar, a whole nother thing. It's getting messy out there. So in short, there's too few to take the land and too many to remain on the land. Remember, Yahweh is calling out a people for himself, the seed of Abraham, who will multiply and be separate from the nations. So what's the solution to this overpopulating an area that won't sustain them? And God's response is Joseph.